Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United have agreed contract terms with Raphael Varane. Raphael Varane's move to Man United is very close. Raphael Varane give Man United the green light to start negotiations. Man United are expected to make an opening offer for Varane. Real Madrid are prepared to sell Varane for around €60 million. We've been handed a boost in our pursuit of Raphael Varane. Real Madrid's wages are forced to slash by 150 million. League 10 Sports said yesterday that Raphael Varane wants to leave Real Madrid to join Man United if we match his asking price, and Sky in Italy said yesterday that Man United have held positive talks with Raphael Varane's representatives, and Man United had been given permission to speak to Varane's camp. Man United want a third significant signing after the Varane transfer. Raphael Varane and his family have allegedly already house hunting in Manchester. He recently said Raphael Varane's move to Man United could be delayed. It said Raphael Varane is happy to wait another year for a switch to Man United. It said not so long ago that Man United were close to agreeing the personal terms with Varane. Man United had been given permission to approach Varane over the personal terms. Varane wants his move sorted within the next 2 weeks. Varane is planning to travel to Manchester after his current holiday. Real Madrid offered Varane a renewal contract offer, but he rejected it. Varane's current contract with Real Madrid expires next year. We went in for Varane 10 years ago under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move for him back in 2018. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. Varane has been a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He's been with them over 10 years. He's made 360 appearances in all competitions. And he won a lot of trophies at Real Madrid, so reflecting on that, he's got a good pedigree as a player. But if it comes to Man United, what a centre-back partnership that will be. Varane and Harry Maguire. They'll complement each other very well. And if Varane comes to Man United, I'm convinced he'll replicate what he's done in the years he's been with Real Madrid. A swap deal has been discussed as well. It says Man United are willing to offer Donny van de Beek or Paul Pogba as part of the Varane deal. Now, I want to give you some news on Paul Pogba. So, Paul Pogba is not expected to sign a new contract at Manchester United before next season gets underway. That's according to Laurie Whitwell from The Athletic. Now, Pogba's current contract expires next year. Last season, we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract. Now, at one point, Sky Sports News said that Man United were in ongoing talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. He said, "We wanted to make Pogba the Premier League's highest paid player with a new 5-year contract worth $104 million. He said, "We fear losing Pogba on a 3 transfer. I hope he remains at Man United for next season because Pogba is an imperative player. You know, if we do let Pogba go, we need to get a good adequate replacement for him." Pogba produced his best performances for Man United. In the last couple of months of last season. At one point last season, Pogba was out with a thigh injury for a while. Now, he's had a long-running transfer saga. You know, he's been linked with PSG. Foot Mercato recently said that Paul Pogba wants to join PSG. Man United could demand 4 players as part of the Pogba swap deal with PSG. PSG want to partner Pogba alongside Wijnaldum in their midfield. He said earlier on this week that Pogba will decide on his future this week. We've set the asking price for Pogba, it's around £50 million, but PSG have stepped up their interest. Julian Lawn said not so long ago that PSG are considering a move for Pogba, and Fabrizio Romano did mention that PSG are interested in signing Paul Pogba, and PSG have made contact with Paul Pogba's representatives. Mino Raiola has held talks with PSG's president. Real Madrid have been linked to Pogba, Juventus have been linked to him, his former club, and Barcelona and Inter Milan have been in for him before. Mino Raiola has obviously been desperate to get Pogba out of the football club. Now, Pogba's endured 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined. He's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. Swap deals have been on the agenda. The other week there was talks of a Varane and Pogba swap deal. There was also talks of a Cristiano Ronaldo and Paul Pogba swap deal. So that's more news on Paul Pogba. Eduardo Camavinga, Man United have been in for him, but apparently now Eduardo Camavinga to Manchester United is off. You know, I'm expecting Man United to endure a very good summer transfer window, because I am very convinced that Solskjaer's going to get all the players he wants to recommend in. Solskjaer's made it clear that he wants to make around 4 signings in this summer transfer window. So far we've made 2 signings in this summer transfer window. Obviously we brought Tom Eaton in on a free transfer from Aston Villa, and we brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. Solskjaer has now spent over £300 million. But it's about time he got some back in, because he wasn't backed enough for such a long time. Obviously, our board said they'll back Solskjaer with a new 3-year contract and summer signings. What?
Do you want your takeaway when it comes?
Yeah.
I've got your cheeseburger and some pizza pie.
I do, yeah.
That needs to be open. No wonder you're warm, fucking thing.
It's too hot.
Have you got your side window up?
No, I don't need it open.
I've opened your top one.
Yeah, it's too hot, innit?
Yeah, I've got cheeseburger and chips. You having it when it comes?
Yeah.
That might be about half an hour or something.
Okay. As I was saying, yeah, we're new 3-year contracts and summer signings, despite the loss to Villarreal in the Europa League final last season. Before the summer transfer window opened, it said Solskjaer being given a £150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. Solskjaer's ambition for next season is to win the Premier League. You know, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013. You know, next season will be massive for Solskjaer, and he is aware of that. You know, next season, you know, Solskjaer must improve on his decision making, because in a lot of the games he's managed at Man United so far, he's been tactically naive, and he's got to win a trophy next season. Because if he wins a trophy next season, that will be an achievement. He's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is 4 years ago now. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards, and next season will be Solskjaer's 3rd full season. Like I said, we are going to offload players in this summer transfer window. Obviously, there's still deadwood at the club, but the players we do offload in this summer transfer window, we will generate money. There's a lot of players that are going to stay at Man United, and I reckon there's quite a few players that have got long-term futures at the club. I think Dean Henderson will stay with Man United. Not so long ago it said that Solskjaer's chosen Dean Henderson to be our number 1 for next season. It's the right decision though, because Dean Henderson is reliable enough to be our number 1. Did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season, and Dean Henderson has got that experience behind him. He endured 2 loans with Sheffield United. He's also had other loan spells before. Before the start of last season, he signed a 6-year contract with the club. So reflecting on that, he committed his future with Man United. Says Dean Henderson's future is in doubt though with the arrival of Tom Eaton. David De Gea now, I'm not too sure about him. He could stay at Man United for next season. I want us to sell him. I think De Gea is set to hold talks with Solskjaer over his future, because the Euros are now finished. ESPN said that De Gea is unsure on Solskjaer's final decision, but De Gea said he's determined to fight for his future, and he's convinced he'll stay at Man United and be Solskjaer's number 1 next season. He also said De Gea could be loaned out for next season to make room in the goalkeeping department. De Gea has been long serving at Man United. He's endured 10 years at the club, been with us since the Ferguson era. De Gea's had around 8 good years out of the 10 years he's been here, because in the last couple of years he has made a lot of mistakes. A few years ago was regarded as the best goalkeeper in the world. He's won everything domestically at the football club, and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions, and he was our number 1 for such a long time. De Gea's on £375,000 a week, which is a substantial amount. But if we were to sell De Gea, I reckon we'd get from between 40 to 50 million pounds. Luke Shaw, he's going to stay with Manchester United. Fabrizio Romano did say that Man United are in the process of extending Luke Shaw's contract. Luke Shaw was our best player last season. Luke Shaw still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Alex Telles. Luke Shaw's had a good career at Man United despite his injuries. Shaw's been with us now over 7 years. I thought Shaw had a very good tournament for England. Luke Shaw scored the first goal in the final against Italy. Harry Maguire, he'll stay at Manchester United. I thought he enjoyed a good tournament with England. Maguire though was a big miss for us towards the end of last season because he had ligament damage in his ankle. He's had some good games at Man United, he's had some bad games. We overpaid for Harry Maguire. We got him for 80 million from Leicester. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club. Victor Lindelof, he will also remain with us for next season, but I can assure he hasn't got a long-term future in Man United. I've got my strong reservations about Lindelof. You know, he's a static centre-half and he's too easily predictable and he makes mistakes. You know, we got Lindelof from Benfica back in 2017. We paid like £31 million. Eric Bailly will be staying at Man United because towards the end of last season, Eric Bailly signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. There's an option of a further year. He's a good centre-half, is Eric Bailly. But my element of concern about Eric Bailly is too injury prone. So in that aspect, he's a liability. We got Bailly from Villarreal back in 2016 for 30 million. Bailly's been at Man United now over 5 years. And Wan-Bissaka, he will stay at Manchester United. I reckon he's got a long-term future at the club. And Wan-Bissaka is one of the best right-backs we've had since Gary Neville. Defensively, he's always been superb. But he's got to show more attacking intent. But there was some games last season where he did get forward well. Bissaka's enjoyed 2 full seasons at Man United. We got him for 50 million from Palace back in the summer of 2019. It looks like Matic is staying at Man United now, which I'm disappointed about. At one point, no, it was looking like he was going to be leaving because he has been subjected to transfer speculation. I've got my strong reservations about Matic because he's always been a static player and he's ageing up, and analysing the vast majority of his games at Man United, he's been inconsistent. I think we gave him a new 3-year contract before the start of last season. Matic has been at Man United over 4 years now. We got him for 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. McTominay is staying with us. I don't know about long term. McTominay has been part of the club for a long time as it stands. He's a decent player, but he's not yet on that level where I want him to be at. Just after the first lockdown last year, he signed a 5-year contract with Man United, did McTominay. Fred, he's going to be staying with us, but I can assure he's not got a long-term future at Man United. Got me concerns about Fred, but he can put good performances out and he can be very mobile, he can get forward well, he can pass the ball well. We overpaid for Fred. We got him in a deal worth 52 million from Shakhtar Donetsk. Bruno Fernandes, he'll be staying at Man United. Bruno Fernandes is our best player and he's one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. He really, really is. In most of Bruno Fernandes' games at Man United, he's been very consistent, but there's also been quite a few games where he's looked off the pace. But we've overplayed him Fernandes has been at Man United now for a good 18, 19 months. He won Player of the Year last season, and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. Fabrizio Romano said not so long ago that Man United are looking at a new contract for Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes' current contract expires in 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. Towards the end of last season, it said we was willing to double Bruno Fernandes' wages. Mason Greenwood will obviously stay with us. Greenwood's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad, despite him going a long period without scoring. Greenwood made his senior debut in 2019. He's been a United player since the age of 7. Last season, Greenwood signed a new 4-year contract with Man United. He deserved a new contract, reflecting on his good performances. A lot of the time, Greenwood plays on that right-hand side. Marcus Rashford, he's obviously going to stay with us. As you all know, Marcus Rashford is out until October. He decided to undergo surgery on his shoulder. He's going to be a big miss for us. You know, there's aspects of Marcus Rashford's game that's got to improve, definitely. We need to keep Marcus Rashford out on that left-hand side because that's where he seems to be more effective. Edison Cavani, obviously, he's staying with us for next season, which is good news from a Man United perspective because he's made a fantastic impact since he's come in. Romano said towards the end of last season that Cavani agreed a 1-year contract. I think Daniel James, could he be staying with us as well? So there you go. The players that could leave Man United though is, like I said, De Gea. Williams, I think he's going to be going out on loan. Telles, you know, he could be leaving. Sky in Italy said that Roma are in talks to sign Alex Telles as a replacement for the injured Leonardo Spinazzola. Telles has only enjoyed one full season at Man United, but he's hardly played. When we got Telles last year, I expected him to be our first choice left back immediately. We got him for 15.4 million from Porto, and Telles is under contract with Man United until 2024. Phil Jones, I think there's a good chance we're going to offload him. Tuanzebe, we're loaning him out. Diego Dalot, I reckon he's going to be leaving. Andres Pereira, I think we'll be looking to get rid of him permanently. You know, he's been out on loan with Lazio. Lingard, I think he's going. Pogba could be going, like I said. Daniel James could be going. And I heard as well that Amad Diallo Traore could be going. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.